we got a legend here. I'm talking about BX Native. Just chilling with VP Harris not too long ago. He hosted the BET Hip Hop Awards for third consecutive year. Heavy hitter, legend, Mr. Fat Joe.
You know, thank you. I resigned as host of the BET Hip Hop Awards because real. 2 Chainz said I've been monopolizing, so he said, "Yo, let me host. I know I could be a good host." I said, "You know what, my brother, you could be the host next year."
You passed the torch officially?
Yeah. The 2 Chainz. I mean, BET don't know that, but sidebar with 2 Chainz, he was like, "Yo, I really want to do that." I was like, "No question."
I love that. I feel like Chainz would be a good host, man. I mean, you held it down for 3 years, but it makes sense. You passed the torch because now you can focus on the music. And that's why we hear new album, first one in nearly 50.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV, UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in. We outside, H-Town in the streets tonight. The Texans just won against the Chargers, going to the next round in the playoffs. It is going down. It is freezing cold out here. But I wanted to make sure I took some time out and did an actual video on this topic right here, as it caught a lot of steam on the day that it happened, where Fat Joe made an appearance on Math Hopper's podcast, My Expert Opinion, and he dissed Tariq Nasheed, FBAs, Lord Jamar, and everything like that. And it's been a storm on the internet ever since. Everybody been covering it. I've been speaking on it as well. It's a very controversial conversation and topic. And I did see this hit the internet the other day. We spoke about it on live a little bit, but I want to cover it in full, as he made an appearance on Billboard, as y'all saw right there, and he made the announcement that he would no longer be hosting the BET Hip Hop Awards. And that's where this conversation originally got started years ago in the first place, when the Hip Hop 50 year anniversary went down, and they said blacks and Puerto Ricans created Hip Hop 50/50. And I had a link in the description where y'all can watch that in full, where they talked about Mo. He was there to promote his new album, The World Changed on Me. And I want this part to be clear, no matter what y'all opinions is about what he said, why he stepped down to give it to 2 Chainz and everything like that. The timing, let's keep it a band. The timing of this is gonna come off like, hey, the team and the people around him, or maybe even him, didn't want the backlash for it. I gotta take whatever he say. Hey, that's what he say. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. But you know the internet, they saying cap, they saying he lied. It is some crazy timing to step down right now. Let's keep it a band with all the controversy that was all over the internet for sure. But now we gotta keep it all the way 1,000 where it's at. And my whole reason for doing this video, this ain't about no beef. This ain't about no clicks. This ain't about no hate. We don't spread no hate, bro. Nigga wasn't raised like that. I just want the narrative about my people history, and their lineage to be 1,000% correct. FBA is not a hate group on Twitter or social media. FBA is not, it's a foundational Black American. There ain't no other meaning for it. There are 40 million plus foundational Black Americans in America, maybe even 50 million. That means people who are native to the American land for centuries, meaning were already here during the slave trade. That means you didn't come as an immigrant from another country. You're not first generation or second generation Americans here now. And this is where the conversation comes into hip hop, as it bleeds, as we created a culture here as Black Americans, the way that we talk, the way that we act, the way that we dance, rapping, everything of the sort, that it gets seen as part of hip hop culture nowadays. And somebody coming in saying they created it with us. There's documentation all over the internet, videos. You can see yourself on YouTube. You can look at the real history of this as the pros, the way that they write it and explain it to you. And you know, with Tariq Nasheed, Lord Jamar, they got shots thrown at them about it, but they not lying. Lord Jamar has asked Fat Joe, KRS-One, Busta Rhymes, and others, hey bro, let's sit down and talk about this. I got some of the legends that was around when hip-hop first became a thing that they was gonna call it that. They willing to come on and speak and talk. You get your guys, I got mine. Let's talk about it. Nobody wanted to have it. They just said, hey, everybody created this together. Blacks, Puerto Ricans, Jamaicans. The argument is, hey, there is no Jamaican or Puerto Rican or other Caribbean influence in it because they were not doing what Puerto Ricans and Jamaicans and people from other countries doing. They were doing exactly what Black Americans did. They have their style of music that they should be proud of, and there's nothing wrong with repping where they from, but you can't come over here and start doing what you see niggas already doing and saying, hey, well, we created this together. That's all the argument was, that blacks, this is their lifestyle. This is our lifestyle, nigga. This is what we do every day, city to city, state to state. I tell y'all all the time, hip-hop, every Black American is not hip-hop. They don't identify as hip-hop and they don't claim to be hip-hop. But the Black Americans that are hip-hop, everything they do is seen as hip-hop. No matter what city they from, no matter what state they from, if there is a prominent, heavy Black population there, they're gonna have a culture. That's why when Houston came out as rappers and our culture made it to the mainstream, we didn't sound like we was from New York because it's already what was going on over here before it was called hip hop. It just builds up and new people add on and set new trends. Breakdancing, that was going on in the Black American neighborhoods and Black American cities or areas way before they created breakdancing. They just added on to it. Rapping was already going on beforehand. Spitting rhymes was already going on beforehand. You got Pygmy Markham. You got other guys that were spitting raps and flowing and then graffiti. All of these things were already being done. We know about it coming from James Brown, first song and everything. Well, not his first song, but the first song that they said this is gonna be the hip hop song, that came from James Brown. People had been DJing. Everything was already going on. So we here now, we got to this point where it's just people trying to make sure we don't lose our creation of hip hop as Black Americans, but it is just us getting it straight. This ain't no beef, this ain't no plex, this ain't no drama. It's just straight up facts. We giving the real education. This is not a hate group, bro. It's about the lineage of the people. It's multiple names of it, dog. This FBA is one of them. We can't let it be determined and let them create like it's a hate group. All the people on Twitter at times very disrespectful. Do they be pressing shit? Hell yeah, they be going up, most deaf. But that is not what FBA is. It's a description of a lineage. They just getting their stuff out for whatever reason they choose to. You got that in every group. You got that in every lineage. Every race gonna have people that's gonna get on there, go ham on you, troll, attack. That just don't represent 40 million plus of us in America. There might be 50 million plus of us because a lot of us don't file our sentences and things like that. But y'all tell me what y'all think. Fat Joe, and we got more coming, more videos, all that for shit show. Stay on your pivot, man.